What's up, guys? Welcome back to Reese and Hunter Make Food. I'm Reese.
And I'm Hunter, and today we're super excited. We're making vegan, gluten-free CHICCY nugs with tofu. And on the side, we're gonna make some vegan and gluten-free sweet potato fries.
Right, and so usually we like to keep things pretty healthy, but CHICCY Nugs are life, and so here we are.
Yeah, but before we really jump into that, we gotta go to the grocery store. Nice. All right, up first, we're gonna talk about the 2 pounds of tofu we got right here. This is organic and it's extra firm. Extra firm is really important because we're trying to get that chicken texture. And then we went with Japanese sweet potatoes for our sweet potato fries. Japanese have a little bit more starch, a little bit less sugar, and they can stay a lot crispier when you throw them in the air fryer. So yes, we're using an air fryer for the CHICCY nugs and the sweet potato fries. Almond flour, we need some sort of flour. We went with almond because it's gluten-free. Neither of us have celiacs or anything like that, but gluten is a little bit tough to digest. And so we also went with
Tamari sauce, and this is a gluten-free variety of soy sauce. And you'll notice there's a little bit missing. We had some sips pre-gaming beforehand. Also, nutritional yeast seasoning, which is a seasoning that's got a really nutty and cheesy-like flavor, and and it's really good. And so we went with this gluten-free and grain-free cereal, which we're going to use to get a little bit more crunch from our batter, but you can use whatever you've got available. Last, we've got this really awesome veggie ketchup. It's got no sugar, it's made with a ton of veggies, and it tastes like it was just plucked off the tree. So we'll go ahead and put a link in the description below.
Give me that thing. All right, so like I said, extra firm tofu. We're going to take these guys out and then put them into thirds so we can squeeze all the juice out. So we lost a little bit there. So you see here, I'm cutting them. What this does is actually gives you more surface area to squeeze that juice out. So the less water you have in your tofu, the more like that firm chicken texture we can get. And so here you see that I'm putting it on paper towels. Put paper towels on the bottom and the top, layer them kind of thick, because we're actually gonna squeeze a lot of water out of this tofu. Take anything that's flat and heavy, we use this pan, squeeze the water out, and at the end of it, you should have next to no liquid in your tofu. So now that you've used your big strong hands to get all of the water out of the tofu, go ahead and stack them up on the side. We're gonna be cutting each one of these pieces in half and then tearing them into little nuggy sized pieces over to the side. Nice shot there, Reese.
Thanks.
And then I got a little bit lazy here at the end of it, but now we're gonna go with our marinade. So you get a half a cup of tamari, which is that gluten-free soy sauce, then a cup of water, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, and then 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Mix that all together. And then we're actually gonna take our little nuggies, put them in the bowl, and then cover it with our marinade for at least 30 minutes.
Grab a sweet potato, give it a flip, and chop off both ends. Then cut it in half lengthwise and slice it up into pieces that are about the width of a French fry. Once you've got all those cut up, go ahead and boil some water, and then we're gonna toss those in there for about 5 minutes. We're gonna do that so that when we stick them in the air fryer, they stay a little bit more crispy, which is what we want. And add about 1 glove of vinegar, again to help with that crispiness, and pull them off.
All right, brother, we're starting with the wet ingredients. We're making the batter, which is kind of like a buttermilk, with a 1.5 cups of almond milk to start. And then 3 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And then finishing that off with 2 cups of almond flour. We'll go ahead and give that some mixies until it's homogeneous all the way around. It kind of looks like buttermilk, but definitely doesn't taste as good. Put that off to the side. Now we're going with the dry crumb. So 2.5 cups of that cereal. Anything really works here that's got some crisp to it, rice, whatever. Then we're gonna actually take it out of that bowl, put it into a Ziploc or something similar, and then crush it up to make that crumb for the outside of our CHICCY nugs. Transfer that to a bowl, and from there we're gonna add 6 teaspoons of smoked paprika.
Like just freaking all of it.
And then we're gonna go with 6 teaspoons of nutritional yeast, that nutty flavor, you know? And then the 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, and then the rest of it. And then 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Mix that all up.
Let's get started on our chicken nuggies. So we're gonna take them with our left hand and dunk them in the batter and then place them into the breading. With your right hand, go ahead and give them a shake until they're all the way coated, and then put them in the pan and repeat that process until all of them are finished. All right, once that's done, we're gonna get started on our sweet potatoes. So go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of onion powder to our batter. That's actually all we're gonna use for these. Do the same thing we did for the chicken nuggies and dunk them in there and place them on the tray. Hey, Hunter, you feel like hogging the mic again?
Oh, okay. All right, then you want to take your Emerald Lagasse air fryer, set her to 400, and then go for 18 minutes. Here it says 15, but we went 3 minutes longer to try to get some extra crispiness on our chicky nugs. Pull those guys out, let them sit for a little bit so that tofu can kind of firm up a little bit more. Time to plate.
And guys, we're pretty aware that this doesn't look great, but I promise it tastes really good.
Yeah, and that's the really cool thing about making food at home. It doesn't have to look great, it's just got to taste great.
So you should end up with something that looks kind of like this. We're gonna go ahead and throw the macros on the screen for you guys.
Well, this is it. Vegan, gluten-free, tofu chicky nugs with gluten-free, vegan, Japanese sweet potato fries. Ready to dig in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, give her a try.
Cheers. Are you going for a nug? I'm gonna
Yeah,
for a
you
fry.
go for a nug.
All right, cool.
All right.
Definitely gonna dip it in ketchup first. Dude, that seasoning's so good.
Fry first.
The batter? Huh? Yeah, fry's good.
I like the cheesiness on that batter and the or the breading on the tofu nug. That's honestly better than regular chicken nuggets. I'm into this.
It tastes like there's like MSG.
It does taste like MSG. Let's try one of the sweet potato fries.
That's super good. That's really good.
That's really good. Ooh, that ketchup is good. Not as crispy as I'd like, but the flavor is on point.
Yeah, that seasoning's super good.
Man, this is...
Japanese sweet potatoes are way better than like a normal sweet potato for sure. That was a good call.
These are good. All right. Well, that was it. Vegan, gluten-free, tofu chicken nuggets, Japanese sweet potato fries. If you liked the video, you learned something. If you think we're idiots, give it a like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon, and new videos every Monday.
Yeah, thanks guys.